Hello and welcome to this React Native guide where I will show you how you can generate an APK file and open it on your Android phone without a USB cable. Now the reason I'm creating this video is because almost every guide that I found was assuming you had a USB cable which fits in a computer. Now that doesn't work for me because my phone cable doesn't fit in a computer. Now the only thing I've done before starting this video is I've just created a new React Native project with this command npx React Native init and then a project name. So I just called this project React Native Android APK and I haven't changed anything at all. This is just a starter basic boilerplate for when you create a React Native project and we're not going to need anything else. This is just to show how you can generate an APK file. So I'll just close down the project because we don't need it to be running. So I did use an article as a reference for this video, which I'll also put in the description. But I felt like this article was missing a few steps, which I thought I could show in this video. So the first thing here is there is a prerequisite for your React Native version to be above 0.57. And you can check that by going into your package.json file, under dependencies, and find React Native. And this current project that I just created is on 0.64. So there are 3 steps here. Step 1 is we have to go to the root of the project and run this command. And to run this command, I'm just going to press Ctrl+C to stop this. So to run this command, we have to write npx and then paste the command. And now this, you may get an error doing this, which I'm going to show you how to fix. And we get an error, no such file or directory. So it's showing us where the error comes. So we have to go into Android, app, source, main, and you see here we're missing this assets folder. Now the assets folder is a folder that is not here when you create a new project. I don't know all the things you can do to generate it. One thing I know that generates the assets folder is if you're using some kind of custom font in your React Native project, that will generate an assets folder for you and put the fonts in there. But if you haven't done that, you won't have the assets folder. However, we can just create it here so that we have it. And before we do anything else, I want to make this in such a way to make it easier for us. So instead of having to run npx, this command, cd into Android, then run this command, we can just create a custom script here in package.json to do all of this for us. So I'm going to create a script here called Generate Apk. So first things first, we have to copy this command here. Then we have to say "and" to make it do something when that is done. And cd Android and this gradlew assembleDebug. Now I noticed that if I just run the command like this, we are back in the root of the project when it's done, even though we enter the Android folder and don't explicitly say that we go back. So just for the sake of being explicit, I like to add an cd ... just to show that we go back outside of the Android folder here. So we should be able to run this command, and it should be the same thing as doing these 3 things manually. This is just easier, and then you don't have to go find this article every time, and you'll just have it inside of your package.json file. So I'm using yarn. You can use npm as well. I'm just using yarn. So to run this command, I have to write yarn generate apk, or whatever you decided to call it here. And then we click enter, and it's gonna generate our apk file for us. So here it starts with this step 1 here. That's what it's doing here. And now it's doing the gradle command. And now we're done. So again, I just want to mention that if you don't want to add this to package.json, you have to write npx and then run this. Then go into the Android folder and then just run this without npx. But you need to do it for this. So now it has generated the apk file. And where do we find it? Here. So let's go here. We go back to the root of our project. Android, app, build, outputs, apk, debug. And then we have this app debug apk file. Now the article doesn't mention how you can open this on your phone. What I found is that you can just upload it to your Google Drive. So I'll just go here to my Google Drive. I created a folder called apk for this video. So I just take this apk debug app debug apk file and I copy it over to my drive. Now the only thing here is it doesn't have to be Google Drive probably. It just has to be something that can handle larger file sizes. So I'm assuming something like OneDrive or Dropbox will work just as fine. I'm just using Google Drive for this video. So now that it's uploaded, the next step is to go to your phone. Now I've gone to my phone, opened Google Drive, and went into the APK folder where I decided to upload my project. Now you can just refresh just to make sure you have the newest version, especially if you've done this a few times, just to make sure it's there. So now you click on it and it's gonna start downloading, and then you can install it. And now that the app is installed, you can open it. And again, this is just the basic boilerplate when you create a React Native project. But just for the demo, now you can see you can open a React Native project on your phone without the need of a USB cable. And of course, this leaves you with an app icon on your phone that you can open and close the app, just like any other regular app you have downloaded from the Play Store.